Hello there, welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're returning, welcome back. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Let's get into your tarot reading. I'll be doing a Celtic cross spread in Emperia style, exploring a situation you are experiencing in your current timeline. We're going to start with some overall oracle energy. By the way, this is timeless and it will appear when the message is most needed. So don't try to make it all fit. If it's not for you, take what resonates, claim it, leave the rest for somebody else. All right, let's get started with some spirit animal oracle messages. I'm going to look at you and I'm also going to look at somebody else in your energy. So you have the squirrel, and the squirrel came out a couple of readings ago as well. And the squirrel energy is about planning. It's about planning and looking ahead. So this could be what you're doing right now. You could be planning for something that's coming. You could be looking ahead. You could be thinking more about your future at this time. The squirrel is also prone to anxious behavior, anxiety, restlessness. So this could also be something that you're experiencing. The card itself says you are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all that you need. So I feel like at this time you are being asked to plan. You are being asked to set goals. You are being asked to refine your direction. Now, I don't usually advocate for spending too much time in the future. I usually advocate for everyone to focus on the present moment because this is the most important moment. It's the only moment that we have. But I am seeing that there is some planning that is required here. Your life may feel very chaotic right now. You may feel very all over the place. Your thoughts may be all over the place. So I feel like you are being asked to dump your thoughts out in a journal or get your thoughts out on a list, a piece of paper, write it down somewhere. I feel like there even may be a situation here that is causing some anxious energy as well for you. I feel like there could be some things that are distracting you right now, or distractions that are pulling on your strings, pulling you away from some very important things in your life that you really need to focus on. The cheerful and fun disposition is jumping out at me, so I feel like in your natural relaxed state, you may be a very cheerful and fun person. You may be very outgoing, maybe extroverted, but I feel like when you're not in this energy, when you're not in your natural flow, you could be more shut in, more in an overthinking mode. This can also close off your manifestation ability, if that makes sense. Because when you're not in flow, you're overthinking, you're trying to solve something with logic, but that's not how the universe always works. The universe doesn't always work with logic. You know, what we think that we need may not necessarily be what we need, if that makes sense. So I feel like some planning is necessary, but refined planning, refining your vision is important. But this overthinking, being too over-prepared, can also be very self-sabotaging. It can also get you nowhere. It can keep you inside of your head, inside of your bubble. Your person here got the humpback whale. I feel like this person could be a singer or a musician or just have a very strong attachment to music. They have some sort of connection, I'm seeing, to music in some way. They use their voice for something. They could even be a speaker. They could be a public speaker. Or they could be in the public eye. I'm also seeing a strong connection to water, so this person could be a water sign around you. I'm seeing that this person is very significant to you. If it's not a water sign, this person is just very connected to their emotions and feelings right now. I feel like they may be trying to figure out some things. This is someone who is connected to you in some way. Okay, it could be somebody that is around you. It could be somebody that you knew. It's anyone who has some sort of attachment to you. It's not somebody you have had to have a relationship with. You may not have even been very close to this person, but even when you're not really close to somebody, you can still pick up attachments with people. I have no idea why I'm saying this, but I'm saying it for a reason. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. But anyway, the humpback whale, very empathic, very mysterious. I feel like this person around you could have a lot of depth. They may not always show their depth. It's something that's... The humpback whale is a very, very large animal, but you can't see it deep in the water. You can't see it in the depths. until it rises above the water. I feel like this person only shows some of themselves, some of the time on the surface of the water to other people, but they have an entire life underneath the water, underneath the surface, an entire life, an entire world of depth to them. And this person is very relevant to you. They're connected to you in some way. They're going to be, or they are, important to you and your life. The card itself says, sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. I feel like this person could be, I'm feeling really strongly for some of you that someone connected to you is a singer, or they have a very beautiful voice, and that their voice or their music is connected to healing. Like it has the ability to heal others, is what I'm sensing. You've also got magical candles. So candles could be a synchronicity for you. You could be working with candles. If you're not working with candles, you may want to start candle gazing or working with candles or speaking your intentions into candle flame. Okay, I feel like some of you may have an affinity with fire and you may be able to manifest using fire. But I'm seeing a significance here with the fire element, and I'm also seeing red roses in this card. So these could be symbols and synchronicities to you. You could actually see red roses or 3 candles like this somewhere. But candles and fire also represent transformation. I feel like there is something that you are trying to bring into existence here. Something you are trying to manifest and bring forth. It could be a relationship, it could be a work situation, it could be a business, whatever it might be. I feel like there is something that you are trying to bring forth, transmute, alchemize into something tangible that you really want. And this could be why you're in this always prepared mode. Okay? I also feel like there's some sort of transformation that needs to happen here. This is something that I'm sensing in the background, like in your shadow or behind the scenes. Some sort of transformation. Something is trying to connect with you, to push you through some sort of transformation that needs to occur. For the person in your energy, they have mortar and pestle. We also have labyrinth on the bottom, so I do feel like you and this other person, the both of you or one of you, are navigating this labyrinth right now. Maybe you're navigating this labyrinth together and you're trying to get through it. Someone is trying to navigate their own labyrinth to get to a certain destination or to get on a certain path, to activate a certain timeline or a certain path. I'm getting a strong feeling like someone in this connection, either you or this other person that I'm seeing in your energy, they're trying to find who they are. They're trying to create some sort of meaning that is important to them in their life. It's not like a lost energy. I'm not sensing that you feel like you're lost or this person feels like they're lost. It just feels like a threshold transformational moment where you're moving through. You don't know exactly where to go or how to get out on the other side. And your person has mortar and pestle. So I feel like this person connected to you in your energy right now, they are mixing all of these ingredients together and they're trying to create something from it. So they're trying to, I feel like they could be in their head or they could be reflecting a lot. They could be thinking a lot about their life or how to make something happen. I feel like this person is very concerned about how to make something happen. I feel like you're both connecting to this labyrinth phase, but you're dealing with this labyrinth phase very differently. But whatever this is, I'm sensing that this person is very important in your life and you very important in theirs, okay? I feel like potentially too, this person, they could be trying to put their gifts out into the world. They could be trying to create their own business right now or figure out how to do something, because I see them, mixing these ingredients together, trying to come up with a way to make something work. And this could have something to do with you as well. So for the situation, we have the 2 of Wands, and we also have the Moon. We had 2 cards fall out for the situation for you. I'm seeing that there is something that you're waiting on here, something that you're reflecting on. I feel like it's something that takes a significant amount of mental and emotional energy from you. I'm also seeing the Moon, so I feel like there's something here that you're not seeing clearly or something that hasn't come to light yet. The Queen of Swords is also on the bottom. So I feel like this could have to do with someone's truth or some sort of truth coming to light that maybe isn't being shown to you right now for some reason. There's something that you need to see clearly in order to see your truth or the truth of somebody else. There's a significant emphasis on truth here. But I'm seeing that a lot of your energy is being directed toward this, whatever this is. I feel like there's something you want to expand, something you want to grow. Maybe there's somewhere you want to go, something you want to create, something you want to do. But I feel like you're also connected to something or somebody that's playing a significant role on the influence of this Two of Wands energy, of your expansion, of your growth. And I'm not saying that it's something that's chaining you down or holding you back. I'm just seeing that there's a significant influence here. You could also be overthinking a lot because of this energy here, because you are trying to see something clearly, and the way you're trying to see it clearly is by overthinking about it. And oftentimes, when you're overthinking about something, the answers don't come. You end up becoming very frustrated. The more you try to push for an answer, the more you try to, that's when the answer doesn't come. Usually in stillness, or when you're not thinking about it, suddenly something will, like an idea, will pop into your head. I feel like someone is unsure here, and I feel like this is you. I'm also looking at the dogs, and dogs usually point to loyalty, but I'm seeing this one dog in particular sitting down looking at the other, as if waiting for it to do something, to respond somehow, to react. I'm seeing the King of Cups here for what is blocking you or blocking this energy at this time. So I feel like there is somebody here. This could be the person that you are waiting on. This could be the person that you are waiting to make a decision or to hear from. This person is in a king energy, so I feel like they could be very mature, very emotionally intelligent. There could be a lot more under the surface than they are showing to you. I feel like this could also be somebody who may be prone to escapism at times, or they can get very lost in their mind. They could also be very creative. They could be very intuitive. Since this is in the what is blocking you energy, I'm feeling like this is another person around you. And it could be this singer person that we've seen in the oracle messages in the beginning. That's also connected to water here. So again, this is double confirmation that there is a connection to water here. And behind it, we had the Knight of Cups, and we also had the Five of Wands. So I'm seeing that this person is planning to come towards you with some sort of offer or to have a conversation. There's two cups here, so I'm seeing offerings. I'm seeing something coming to light, something being manifested here. There's something that is surfacing that cannot stay hidden. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing like someone is trying to be more open with their feelings and their emotions. This could be you, or it could be the other person. It could be the both of you towards each other. I'm seeing an internal conflict here. The Five of Wands, I'm not seeing this as external competition, although it could be. I'm seeing this more as an internal battle. So you or this other person involved, or maybe the both of you, are having some sort of internal struggle right now. It could be with each other, or it could be with another situation that you're both experiencing or individually experiencing. So that's the challenge right now. We're going to now look at what is underneath the surface, what is not seen. I feel like you in this situation, you may be more expressive, more open than this other person. We've got the Four of Swords here, and I feel like this is the other person that is attached to you. This could also be you. I feel like there is some distance here. There is some need for space. I feel like someone is thinking a lot, reflecting a lot. Someone is taking some personal time for themselves. This could be the both of you. This could be the other person. But this is what you're not seeing. So I feel like this person, they may be a little bit restless. They may be meditating, trying to quiet their mind, trying to get clarity. They're looking for answers. I'm seeing this other person looking for some sort of answers. And it could have to do with you, or it could have to do with their life in general, or something else about them. I'm feeling this is very personal to them. That's what I feel. I feel like this person could be deeply intuitive, deeply emotional, but they don't always show it. They don't always show it. A lot like the humpback whale, where the humpback whale, you only see some of it when it rises to the surface, but most of it is under the water. All of its depth is under the water, right? That's what I sense from this person here. For some reason, they may not be comfortable or ready to be vulnerable or open with you, or they're going through a very sensitive phase in their life right now, a sensitive transition, a threshold through this labyrinth that we spoke about earlier. And it's causing them to feel a little bit of insecurity or unsureness about their life. In the past here, we've got the High Priestess. I feel like this situation was something that was manifested, or if this is a love situation, if this is someone that you're involved with, you manifested this person, or this person manifested you. Okay, maybe you manifested each other for some reason. The both of you were brought together here. So apply it to your relationship however this fits for you, whether it's a lover, a friendship, a family situation, however this applies to you. But I'm seeing somebody sitting in meditation, sitting in thought, reflecting. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is here in the what you are aware of position, or how you are behaving, how you are experiencing life at this time. And I'm seeing the Nine of Pentacles, so I feel like you are independent. This can be mentally, emotionally, financially independent. But I'm seeing there's a strong focus on you. I see a lot of self-growth. I feel like you may have gone through a lot of growth in the past. And I feel like you are transitioning into a different phase of your life, but I feel like you are much more ready for this next phase of your life than this other person. I'm seeing a readiness from you. Someone who has experienced, someone who has grown, someone who is open to challenge as well. You could also be a fire sign, because I am seeing some challenging energy from your energy here. You could be very ambitious as well. What we're experiencing inside of ourselves, we don't always see this correctly inside of ourselves. We're like a mirror, so we reflect the inside to the outside, and the outside rearranges itself and then reflects it back to us. It creates what is being reflected. And so in our mind, we might intellectually think that this is where we are and this is what we want. But if that thought doesn't reflect with our inner world, or how we have healed, or with our shadow wound, if all of that is still underneath the surface and hasn't been healed, hasn't been touched or looked at, that could possibly be reflected out into the world. And then the world will rearrange itself for that reflection. So sometimes when we attract certain situations or people, we might ask ourselves, well, why is this happening again? Why am I attracting this again? Because there's still some element in the mix that is still missing, that still needs to be looked at, that still needs to be healed or experienced again in order for you to truly get it. So I feel like I had to say that message for somebody. But I feel like you are the one in this situation who is a little bit more ready to get on with it. But I feel like this always prepared energy with the squirrel here, I feel like this is also about doubt. I feel like you have been through some experiences that make you doubt if this is real. Just be careful of these types of thoughts and accepting these types of thoughts, because it can become your reality. Yeah, that's just fear. That's based on past memory. But that no longer exists. So that's something that needs to be worked through. You may expect something bad to happen. You may feel like something is too good to be true. And then when you feel that way, the world reflects that back to you. It's not because you're being punished, but it's because that's what you're reflecting. So just be aware of what you are reflecting in your internal world, because I'm seeing that's very important here. And this singer with the mortar and pestle has become more clear with this person. If this is the person who is in reflection, who is isolating, meditating, I feel like they are trying to gather all of their thoughts, to mix everything together, to see some sort of outcome. We also had the Queen of Swords on the bottom. So I feel like they are also trying to find their truth. They are also trying to understand what actions they should really take in their life in general, and towards you, towards their career, because I'm feeling with them that there is a strong focus on their aspirations, their career, or their hobbies, something that they want to create, right, into existence, something that may have to do with a creative field, an expressive field like singing or music. If you're feeling anxiety, you need to bring your thoughts back to the present moment and focus on what you can do in the present moment, and not the future and not the past. The past brings depression, the future brings anxiety. Remember that. The present moment doesn't bring any of that. This is where you focus on what you're doing right now. So I feel like this is where you need to bring your focus. After you do the planning, after you get clarity and refine your goals, whatever you need to plan, whatever you need to refine, then come back to the present moment, because you could be spending too much time in these planning phases. Planning and no action, right? I'm also seeing that in the near future position here, because we have the Knight of Wands. The Magician is on the bottom of the deck, and the Knight of Wands is in reverse. And this is the near future position. So I'm seeing that whatever this situation is meant to evolve into, I'm seeing that it's trying to, because on the bottom there is the Magician. This has been manifested, but at this time, it's been paused. because something needs to be worked through, something needs to be experienced or seen with clarity before it can truly move ahead. Okay, and I feel like also everybody in this situation needs to become more clear, more connected with themselves. This is not about connecting with each other. This is about connection with self. When you connect with yourself and they connect with themselves, you will be able to connect with each other. But until then, if this person is taking time for themselves, it's very important for you to also do the same and not to wait on them. There may be some movement, but I'm feeling like the movement is going to be more steady. You know, the Knight of Wands is very fiery. It's very in your face. It's very passionate and fast, impulsive movement, right? And I'm not seeing that here in this situation. But I am seeing the Magician on the bottom, so it is trying to come through. There is something that is already manifested in the background that is like being held. It's like being held right now. It's not being released for a reason. That doesn't mean that it won't. It's just being held. It's already manifested. It's already something you manifested in the past, because I'm seeing in the near past something was brought to light. Something was manifested. So your role in this, what you're experiencing right now, is the Nine of Wands. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse on the bottom. No other actions that you're really meant to take in this situation. I feel like you just need to trust. I feel like you need to go with the flow more than anything here. You're very strong-willed, very strong-minded. I'm sensing that from you. Where you have to stand up for something. Either stand up for yourself, stand up for somebody else, or some situation. But I feel like you are very resistant to influence right now. You are very resistant to other people. So you have no problem speaking your mind. You will speak up. You will speak your mind, whether it's directed at somebody else or some other situation. I feel like this is the energy that you're embodying. This is your role. So I feel like you could also be somebody with a lot of influence. And this other person involved here, that's how they may see you. They may see you very beautiful, very wise, very talented. You know, maybe they feel like they're not on your level. Maybe they feel like they need to focus more on themselves so that they can get to your level. Because I'm seeing you as the confident one, as the one who knows themselves more deeply, more strongly, who expresses themselves more. I see you as much more expressive, much more open in the world. I feel like this person could potentially bring you into the depths of your own emotions. I feel like they could be a mirror for you. Likewise, I feel like you could pull this person out of their emotions. So I feel like there's this duality going on with you both. You teach each other. You show each other things because you are like a mirror for each other. It's kind of like that opposites attract situation sort of thing. It's not that your values or your interests aren't aligned, but I mean more energy-wise. I mean, this person could fall into the depths and you could maybe let the fire get out of control, and together you balance things out. You balance things out within each other. I also feel like this person from the King of Cups here, they do have a lot of awareness. They have more awareness than they let on. For your influences and environment, I'm seeing the Queen of Wands with the Hierophant on the bottom. So these are influences around you. This could be another fire sign around you. This could be someone who is interested in you in some way. It doesn't have to be. This could also be a third party. Keep in mind that third parties do not mean affairs. Not always. It can also mean just people who are influencing the situation or could be interfering in the situation. I'm also seeing the Hierophant and Justice, so I feel like this person does have a lot of influence in this situation. This could be somebody connected to you or the other person that you're connected to, the singer. I feel like they have some sort of authority in this situation. In the hopes and fears, I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles here, so I feel like you're definitely... Oh, we also had depression in this deck. This is from some readings ago. I can't remember what reading that was, but we had depression. So this situation could be bringing on some depression for somebody or some feelings like that, some grief, some sort of grief. But I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles, so I'm seeing this is more connected to hopes and fears. And if this is something that you're fearing, this is why this depression and this grief is coming forward. It's because you're getting lost in thoughts of catastrophizing. I don't think I'm saying that right. We also got the Page of Pentacles on the bottom. So again, I'm seeing something trying to come in, something being analyzed, something being looked at, but not quite ready to come in yet. Someone is thinking a lot about an offer. Someone is thinking a lot about bringing something towards you. I'm seeing a lot of uncertainty here. That's what I'm getting. There's so much mystery in this situation. But with that Hierophant and the Justice on the bottom with the hopes and fears, I feel like you have to be very careful about your thoughts because you don't want to allow this to bring you down into a negative frequency, into a low vibration. Okay? You don't want to be down into a low vibration because of entertaining these thoughts. These are just thoughts that are coming from your anxiety or moments of uncertainty. Just don't live in these thoughts. Just let them flow through your mind. It is connected. It could be connected to an abandonment wound. Maybe you're afraid that somebody is going to leave and never come back, or you're not going to get the answer that you want, or you're not going to get the offer that you want. And if this is not a person, it could be an opportunity. Maybe you're worried an opportunity won't come in for you. Whatever it might be, I'm seeing that it's very attached to your inner self, your inner world. And that's something that you need to be cautious of. Because that's an illusion. It's not real. It's stories. It's how we're building the situation up in our mind, and it could come from past experiences, and they could be showing up in the present moment for you because maybe something didn't work out in the past and now you're almost expecting it not to work out. But this is how cycles continue, right? Don't compare your present to the past. Don't compare your present to the past. Tell yourself that like a mantra. Repeat it to yourself. I just want to get a shadow message here because I seen the depression show up. That's connected to the shadow deck, and I was also feeling grief in the situation. And on the card it says this too shall pass. So just remember, keep that in mind. So we have resistance. So go with the flow and be open to life's changes. So I feel like somebody here is resisting some sort of change. There could be some sort of illusion or denial here. It could be you or this other person or this third party that I'm seeing. Also this overthinking mind, right? You could be resisting this resistance or this overthinking. It's what's causing the blockage. It's what's causing things from not moving forward because it's almost resisting the answer. You're not allowing whatever situation needs to arise. You know, sometimes things come to us not exactly how we want it to, but sometimes how we need it to bring us to what we're really meant to be brought towards, okay? What we're really meant to experience. I've also seen grief here, and this is exactly what I was feeling with this grief. So I feel like someone here is grieving before anything has even happened. I feel like because things aren't being shown to you at the speed you would like it to, or things aren't, you don't have clarity, you're unsure. I feel like there's some grief around it, all right? Try not to stay in this energy. This could also be the other person. This other person could be grieving something, all right? And it might have something to do with you. I feel like you definitely know this person. You've definitely had some sort of contact with this person. I've seen a lot of king and queen energy, so I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is very mature. I feel like everyone in this situation is quite powerful for some reason. Something about each one of you is very unique, very powerful. And I feel like there's a strong bond, a strong connection here. Maybe you have this connection with each other because there is a soul contract or some sort of purpose that you have together. I'm also feeling that. In the outcome position, we have the Hanged Man. So I feel like there isn't a lot of movement in the 3D. Everything is more emotional. Everything is more feeling. Everything is more intuitive. And this is the threshold that is being experienced right now, the labyrinth. Everyone is in this labyrinth right now. So particularly with this person, I'm seeing that they're going to be getting clarity. They're going to have a moment, or you're going to have a moment where you realize something. I'm seeing a realization here very strongly. In the outcome, in the near future, I'm seeing that someone is going to have a realization. They're going to have a moment of clarity. It's going to come to you. It could come in a download. It could come in a synchronicity. It could come in some other way. But that's what I'm seeing for the outcome. And there's also the Queen of Pentacles again on the bottom. So I feel like particularly for you, the Queen of Pentacles is a very grounded queen. She's very good at manifesting. She manifests whatever she wants without effort, regardless of your gender. It's just the energy I'm applying here. But I feel like this is also connected to the High Priestess. So I feel like you are manifesting everything that you need, everything that you want. I feel like you are fine. You are going to be fine. Whatever anxiety or feelings that you have right now, they're going to subside. This is going to blow over, right? Someone is going to get clarity, and I feel like that's you. Could also be this other person, but what matters the most right now is that you get clarity, right, on how to move forward, regardless of everyone else in the situation or what is happening or the influences. I keep thinking about this Queen of Wands, the influence, so I feel like this is somebody else who is significant in your energy. We're going to explore that more in the extended, but for now I just want to get the general consensus of the outcome here. And I feel like you are going to be moving forward. You're going to be more focused on your goals very, very soon. You're going to be more focused on something very soon, and you're going to be manifesting that. I'm seeing that. I feel like you just need to refine your vision just slightly. Okay, we're going to explore this more in the extended now. If this is something you're interested in, you can find the Patreon in the description below and join us over there. If this is where we part though, thank you for being here. I hope you decide to join us here on the channel. I will see you all next week. Bye for now.